Shocking upset, Sabalenka's stunning victory over Coco Gauff raises eyebrows. What really happened? The tennis world woke up stunned, confused, electrified, and in some corners, even suspicious. Because what unfolded under the blazing Australian sun last night was not just a tennis match. It was a story of pride, pressure, rivalry, inner storms, and the unpredictable pulse of professional sport. Aryna Sabalenka's shocking victory over Coco Gauff wasn't merely a scoreline. It felt like a detonation, an upset that rattled analysts, forced players to reassess their predictions, and left fans worldwide replaying every moment to understand what truly went wrong for the American star and what unbelievably went right for the Belarusian powerhouse. But to understand what happened, one must step inside the emotional battlefield, the shifting momentum, and the invisible psychological warfare that shaped one of the most dramatic upsets of the season, the buzz before the battle. It was supposed to be just another chapter in Coco Gauff's meteoric rise, a comfortable quarterfinal that she was expected to win, at least on paper. After all, the 21-year-old American sensation entered the season in peak form. Explosive footwork, improved serve mechanics, unmatched defensive coverage, and a newfound maturity that made analysts label her almost unbeatable. Meanwhile, Aryna Sabalenka arrived carrying a different kind of weight. She had struggled through the season's early weeks, battling inconsistency, anxious service games, and the constant chatter that she had lost the fire. Her trademark roar had grown quieter. Her power shots, once fearsome, had become erratic. Many wondered if the former Grand Slam champion was slipping into a slump she might not escape from. Yet something felt different the moment Sabalenka walked onto the court. She didn't look nervous. She didn't look overwhelmed. She looked, strangely, free. Some fans noticed she walked faster than usual. Some commented she was smiling more. A few even said her eyes told a story. I have nothing to lose today. Gauff, on the other hand, wore the expression of a top seed who knew she was expected to win, and perhaps felt she must. The tension was there long before the first serve, the opening shockwave. The first game told the entire story in miniature. Gauff, serving first, opened with a blistering ace that sent the crowd roaring. But the next point, a 23-shot rally, was Sabalenka's declaration of war. She pounded the ball cross-court, ripped a forehand up the line, and finished the point with a ferocious inside-out winner that left Gauff flat-footed. Then another point, then another. Within moments, the energy shifted. Sabalenka wasn't just hitting the ball. She was attacking it, like the racket was an extension of her heartbeat. Gauff blinked. Her box shifted nervously. Coaches scribbled notes. Something was wrong, and it was only the first game. Sabalenka broke serve instantly, then held her own serve at love, then broke again. Within 14 minutes, the scoreboard read 3-0 Sabalenka, and the stadium was buzzing. What were they witnessing? A meltdown or a masterpiece? The hidden battle in Coco's mind. Observers noticed subtle details that hinted Coco wasn't mentally present. Her footwork, usually her greatest strength, was half a step slow. Her shots were safe, not assertive. Her expressions fluctuated between frustration and disbelief. Later, in whispers around the locker room, players would speculate. Was she fighting an injury? Was she fatigued? Was there pressure behind the scenes? Was she emotionally overwhelmed? One theory gained traction. Gauff might have been dealing with the emotional weight of expectation, being labeled the next legend, future world number one, and the face of tennis can slowly become chains instead of medals. And sometimes it takes just one bad day for all those expectations to crush even the strongest spirit. Fans watching could feel it. Coco wasn't herself. But Sabalenka? She was someone entirely new. Sabalenka's rebirth. Sabalenka's performance was unlike anything she had shown all season. It was as though she had discovered a hidden reservoir of strength. Her serve, usually volatile, was unstoppable. Her ground strokes, typically high risk, became surgical. But more than the technique, it was her calm. She wasn't screaming after winners. She wasn't double faulting under pressure. She wasn't rushing. She was composed. Some speculated that a private conversation with her coach hours before the match had sparked something inside her. Others believed she had simply reached her emotional breaking point, and decided to unleash every ounce of belief she still possessed. In the post-match analysis, a commentator said, Sabalenka didn't play Coco. She played her fear and beat it. Coco's fight back, and the moment everything changed. At 4-1, something shifted. Gauff clenched her fists. Her footwork corrected. Her eyes sharpened. The crowd sensed it and rallied behind her. The top seed was back on her feet, ready to claw her way out of the hole. And for a moment, she did. She broke Sabalenka's serve with a brilliant passing shot, then held her own with a series of clever patterns that forced errors. The stadium erupted as the scoreboard tightened. 4-3. Momentum was swinging, but then came the defining moment of the match. Serving at 3-4, 40-15, Gauff hit a routine forehand into the net, then double faulted, then misjudged a deep return, and watched it land on the baseline. Sabalenka broke again, this time with a scream that felt like the cracking of stone. Gauff lowered her head. That was the moment the match was lost, not technically, but emotionally. The final blow. At 5-3, Sabalenka served for the set with ice in her veins. The crowd expected nervousness, the typical Sabalenka wobble. Instead, she delivered one of the most flawless service games of her career. For serves for winners. The tennis world reacts. When the news broke, reactions exploded across social media. Is this the return of Sabalenka's beast mode? What happened to Gauff tonight? This wasn't just an upset, it felt personal. I think Sabalenka has cracked the Coco code. Experts argued. Fans debated. Commentators analyzed every frame of the match. Some believed it was simply Sabalenka being brilliant. Others were convinced Gauff played with a hidden injury. But the truth was likely a mixture. One player experiencing a once-in-a-season peak. The other facing an off night under crushing expectations. What really happened? When the noise fades, the answer becomes clear. This wasn't about Coco collapsing. This was about Sabalenka rising. Gauff didn't lose, Sabalenka won. She hit harder, believed deeper, and played with a fierce freedom that few players have ever achieved. And Gauff, despite the disappointment, gained something invaluable: perspective. She will bounce back with new hunger, new strategies, and new fire. The aftermath and what comes next. One match does not define a rivalry. If anything, this upset will ignite a new chapter between the two stars, a rivalry fueled by respect, ambition, and contrasting styles. Fans are already dreaming of the rematch. Will Gauff return with vengeance? Will Sabalenka maintain this newfound composure? Will this match become a turning point for both? Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. This shocking upset will be remembered not as Coco Gauff's downfall, but as the night Aryna Sabalenka roared back to life. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.